Hello everyone, it's Jackie from Pretty Paper Craft. I just wanted to come on this afternoon and show you my latest make. And this is what it's going to be. You would have seen the red and white one on the initial opening picture. But I wanted to show you how these can be adapted for cards. In other words, you would just put a piece of card on there, or how to make this frame piece. Now, most of these on demonstrations on the internet show you how to make a specific size. So it could be a 6x6 or a 6x4 or a 5x5. But I just want to show you how you can adapt it to any size that you want. So if you wanted a 4x3, then that's fine. The measurements are exactly the same, the outside measurements, no matter what size your end product is going to be. So you'll need card, whatever your decoration is. Let's put that back up there because we'll need that for a few minutes. If it's going to be a wall hanging, then you just need something to put it on the wall. Now, these were really cheap on Amazon. They're just a bit of foam, double-sided. You won't need all that. You just want a piece, cut it in half. Those if it's going to be a picture, or a piece of card if you're going to just attach it to a piece of card. This I will explain what this is afterwards, but at the moment you want to work out exactly what size you want your finished card. Let me move that one. So this is the measurements of what you're going to want. Now I've got 5x7 on here. This is 1/2 inch, which is this 1/2 inch step, and it's 300 grams card. On some of these you'll see that I've actually used this one, for example, is just paper. It's photo paper, so it's 100 or maybe 120 grams photo paper. So that's perfect to put on a card, so it just stands up with a card. Or if you want it a bit stronger, maybe to go on the wall, then you're going to want a bit stronger card. So this one is 300 grams, 5x7. Now, the main thing that you need to remember is if you want this finished product to be 5x7, you have to make allowances for this. Now, because this is 1/2 inch, you're actually going to lose 1 inch. All told, 1/2 inch off this side, 1/2 inch off that side, and the same from the top and the bottom. So if you want it 5x7, you've got to start off your original, this center piece, because you're going to start from the center out, will have to be 6x8. And then in the middle, this center piece is where you will end up with your original size. So 5x7, you would need to start off with 6x8 in the center. So you would start off, it's difficult to explain on, let me get a different color background, see if I can show it a bit clearer on a colored background. There you go, how about that? That's better. So if you wanted to make this one, you would start with 6x8. That is 6x8 in the middle there. And each side, because you need to make your decision first how big these steps are going to be. These are 1/2 inch. They're perfect. Ones you'll see, or one you'll see coming up in a little while, are 1 inch. But 1/2 inch for card is perfect. So this would have started out as 6x8, and then you've got, let me see what you can see, probably better on this side. Right, so no, it's not. So you would start off with this, whatever this outline is, you would score 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. You actually need four all the way around. So you're going to have your blank piece of card, doesn't matter what size it is as long as it's big enough to accommodate it, and you will score 1/2 inch all the way down 4 times on all 4 sides. So on that side, turn it round, do the same there until you've got corners going right the way across and that way. They'll cross over that way, so you'll get corners of lots and lots of crosses. Then what you need to do is you need to ascertain which length it's going to be. So if you've got a square piece, which is why I put this one here, although this is square, you still have to have a structural side, because these tabs have to be the same on both sides. I think you can do it where they're not the same on both sides, but I find it easier to do it on both sides. So even a square one, I choose which one is going to be side. So I chose for that one to go that way, this one to go this way. Then what you've got to do is these outside ones, I actually cut another maybe 2 mils off of that, because that's the one that goes right on the inside, and sometimes that just stops this from folding in nice, whereas you want it to fold in nice. So when you've got this 4, doesn't matter what size it is, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to come down 1, 2, 3. Then this 4th one here is going to be your tab. So just get a pencil and just roughly draw a tab. It doesn't matter what the size is, just roughly draw around it. Then you're going to come up to these sides. Now when you've come up one fold there, then you're going to slant it across. Now this is quite important, because this, if this is 1/2 inch, this needs to be 1/2 inch down here. So just get your ruler and measure where this tab is, measure 1/2 inch to here. Put a little mark there, and on the next tab, put a little mark there. Then join those two together, this one to this one. So this is 1/2 inch in, because the actual width of your folded in piece is going to be 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch in, and then come straight up. Now these are slightly slanted because I just round them all off. All the edges, I round them all off because it just makes it look neater, especially when you're putting it, folding it in. So let's go over that again. We're going to come, once you've done all your squares and all the crosses on the corners, you're going to come up 1, 2, 3 to that one. Then you're going to draw a tab on the 4th one, which is the closest one. So draw your tab. Then just draw a straight line up to this first fold, and then just stop there. Now measure across, we don't need to measure that one, it's this one actually. This one on the second fold, you need to measure 1/2 inch across, down this way. Then from that corner of that fold, the first fold, draw a line from there to join it up. And then go straight up to the end. Forget these slanted corners, I just explained to you what they were. So it's down 3, tab, start coming up, go across like that to 1/2 inch. So it comes to 1/2 inch, join it up and straight to the bottom. Then on this side, you're going to, again, you're going to come up 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to draw your tab back down. Then you're going to start coming back up this sideways piece. And then this next one, on the second fold, you're going to mark 1/2 inch in, and you're going to join this one to that one. And then when you've drawn that line, then you just come straight up the top. Then you cut around it, then turn it over and do exactly the same on the other end, which is why I said you choose which end is your opposites, because it's far easier to just flick it over, and they do need to be the same size. So hopefully that explains it. If not, then if you go on to my group, Pretty Papercraft, on Facebook, you can ask the question. I can explain it a bit more in detail. I know it seems a bit complicated, but it does mean that no matter what size you want your finished product, you can do this edge. This edging is all exactly the same, no matter what your finished product is. So if you want it 5 by 5, 6 by 6, 6 by 4, 7 by 3, any size you want, this outside work is going to be exactly the same. You decide on your width. 1/2 inch I think is perfect. 1 inch if you want to do it for one on the wall. But if you're going to attach this to a card, 1/2 inch is perfect. Or 1 centimetre, because some of them I worked in centimetres. They do cross over, but they don't mix. So if you're going to stay in centimetres, then stay in centimetres, but they don't mix. Whatever this is here, if that's a centimetre, then you come in here by a centimetre. If they're 1/2 inch, then you come in 1/2 inch. And that gives you this nice finish across here. So that is it, really. The only other thing I wanted to show you before I show you what ones I've done is this. Now this is more to do with a picture that I was going to do for the wall, and this is scored at 1 inch, but 3/4 of an inch, but that's not right. That should be, let me just cut that, because that should be 1/4 of an inch. But I did do it wrong to start with, and I had to readjust it. So I've done the 1/4 of an inch, then I've done, it's about 1.5 inches. That is 4 inches. And then the same going back. So both sides are identical. This one, these little ends, turn them in and glue them together. So you've got something like that now, with that coming in there. Then when that is glued together, that whole end pokes in. So that's sealed, and then that comes in there like that. So you've got this type of thing. Now this turns into this. Now what I did do wrong here, that I've done on here, is I had these poking back, and they should be in. But either way, I've scored this really well, and it still stands up sloped. Now this, if you decide to make a picture to stand up, or you want to give them a card but you want them to show it afterwards, you just glue, it's just basically just a stand. You would just glue that on there. It folds flat for postage, but it will stand up afterwards. So it will glue and stand up. You're looking at the top angle. Let's show it you from that angle. That's what it would be like side on, obviously front on, but that would sit there nice and sloped. So that's what they're for. That's your rough description if you want to screenshot that. That's what it looks like glued, but as I said, these need to go in as valleys rather than out like that. Then they turn up in there, and that gives you your stand. You could do that with anything. So that's basically it. That's a nice umbrella one that I've done. I wrote the measurements on the back, That's 5 by 5, 300 grams, ½ inch equals 4 by 4. So the finished product was 4 by 4, but the center that before I scored was 5 by 5. This is the little tiny one. I think these two are both perfect for cards. This one I think is lovely for a card as well. Now this one is 7 by 5. It's 1 centimeter and it's 100 grams photo paper. So that again is quite pretty. You could put an age on that, or you could put a get well. You don't have to have a happy birthday. So that's that one. Here's another butterfly one. Obviously butterflies. 7 by 7, 300 grams, ½ inch border equals 6 by 6. Yep, that's the way. Then this is the one that you saw on the original click-through picture. Now this is obviously one to be sideways, to be sat on a desk, or to have a piece of this on the back to be put on a wall. It's a really, really pretty one, that. I just like the impact that red on white has got. Most people like it. And the last one, again, is a butterfly one. I've used some acetate in there and some layers of silver. It can go on a large card. It's 7 by 7, equaling 6 by 6, ½ inch, 300 grams. So this could easily be put on a 7 by 7 inch card, because it's only 6 by 6 in the middle, but the outer size is 7 by 7. So this could be put on a 7 by 7 stand-up card, and it will just go down to go in an envelope, or however you decide to pass the card on. So that's it. That's the demo for today. I've got something I'm in the process of doing for next week, and then we will play it by ear for Christmas, but I will pop on and just show you my batch of family Christmas cards nearer the time when I've done them. Thank you ever so much, and don't forget to pop along to Pretty Paper Crafts on Facebook with your requests, inquiries if you're not sure about something, and I will answer as best I can. So that's all for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.